I fell off a mountain in Germany. I would so do it again. And it turns out that the reason I kept climbing and doing all these crazy things has a lot to do with, even though my body said, stop, in the name of love, it's actually a recognized physical response. It is a recognized psychological response, so that's fun. So, same thing from last week, guy from Berlin, super complainer, but also no fear. He introduced me to Via Ferratas, or Klettersteig, or, now that I've learned from a Polish friend, the Iron Way, which is neat. So Via Ferrata is basically, you put on a silly hat and climb a mountain in the most dangerous way. Sounds fun, right? Actually, yes it is. I discovered that there are other weirdos who do this. I have found my people. So my first almost solo Via Ferrata was with a Polish guy, fascinating guy, real musician. We had a long drive and my favorite game called No Going, which is a quicker way of getting to know people, in my opinion, where you just go like, I don't give a about, and then you see what you have in common. It's really fun. I recommend it. We made it. I loved it. Same guy, new Via Ferrata, and I got stuck. And this was very bad for me because I got stuck in more or less the same place as I always do, when it's like very, very high, very 90 degrees and very open, and the wind is just there being like, come on baby girl, let's see what you got. Not a fun game. And this was not the first time this had happened. Shame. But it wasn't a strength problem, it was a brain problem. Something in my lady lizard brain was just like, I swear to God, Elizabeth, if you don't get down right now, I will take you off this mountain. And I was like, okay, calm yourself down. But this Polish guy gave me the best advice ever. He was like, look, go do some courses or get a guide. And that's what I did. New guide, new Via Ferrata, got stuck again. Higher, fewer footholds, a lot scarier. So I just hung there. And you know, when it's that kind of Via Ferrata, that there are no exits. So I understood that like, I'm either gonna have to climb down or I'm gonna have to climb up. There's no, or I die, you know, there's only those options. But Via Ferrata climbers in general are pretty freaking awesome. Like the guy below me basically talked me through the foothold, my guide took me through the handhold, and the baddie behind me helped me get up. So I did it, and it was like very nice to see that a lot of the people, once they got up there, and I was like, yeah, you did it. I'm like, yeah, that was tough. And I was like, okay, cool, it really was. Yeah, and then on the second part of this Via Ferrata, I fell, like properly. I now know that I scream like a girl. And my gear definitely needs to be repaired. But this made me feel even prouder than that time I peed in a cup. There's an explanation here. Would I do it again? Absolutely. And on the way back down, with my like bruised body and my messed up shoot, the question just like popped up into my head, like, why do we do this to ourselves, really? And then I was like, okay, option one, I'm Afrikaans, we're big on strength, so, you know, that's why we're in rugby, be strong, don't complain. And then I was like, maybe Germany had infected my soul and now I want to climb mountains. At least, you know, the Bavarian part of Germany. Certainly not the Berlin part of Germany. It had not infected my soul. And then I was like, oh, option two, maybe my new friend group is a more active group of people, and so, you know, by the way, that's how you don't isolate, you know, you show up and make friends, and then you have to keep showing up, and that's the hard part, that you have to keep showing up in the same groups. But yeah, if you want to learn how to not isolate, that's my 10 out of 10 go-to. And then there was the final number 4, trauma. Turns out that the answer is yes. Yes, I still love you. The answer is yes to all of those things. Your friends, your culture, all of it will play into this thing of seeking out more dangerous things. And yes, it could also be trauma, because that is a very real thing. So, psychologically speaking, this kind of behavior to seek out dangerous events is a traumatic response. It is a coping mechanism to basically go, look, I am in trouble, but I put myself there and I will get myself out of this again, which I think is actually pretty cool. And it's a great way of, what's the psychological term? regaining a sense of agency after you didn't have any agency. Now, you could have several agency, a marketing agency, a social net, focus this. So you want to take control of the outcome of this, and you can, and it's awesome. So my body didn't betray me on that mountain. My body was trying to protect me from something that happened long ago somewhere else. But your brain doesn't always work nice with where you are now, so I had to still figure it out in the moment. But anyway, and then every single climber I had been with were from countries where people push themselves to the limit. Poland, Germany, they're all like mountain climbing and like, you know, they want to go further and higher and longer and stronger, faster, you know. There are people who love to push themselves to the brink, just like us. So yeah, it is a group of people who are built to withstand. And seriously, my recommendation is try some Viaparatas and make some Polish friends. My gear will be repaired. I will go back, and I don't know if it's trauma or culture, or just like the specific serotonin hit you get from doing difficult stuff. The only thing I knew is I felt more like myself trapped on that mountain than I do in an average day in the office, an average day in general. And I got up again because someone behind me refused to let me not to get up again. And I think that's awesome. Now, if you want to know all about what it's like to build a life abroad and read all the stuff that I can't say on YouTube, this will go onto my Substack. I'll leave a link in the description. And if you're into all this weirdness, subscribe on it. I can't say bye in Polish, so I'm really sorry. I'm just going to say bye in English. Bye, Teddy. Bye, bye, bye.